right, everybody, what is going on? I am back with the game that I think led me to create this channel. I don't know, maybe it was some combination of this and War of Rights. In any event, as you can see from the top, it is early September 1861. I did a new CSA campaign. I really hadn't tried one in almost 2 months. I would get started and then a patch would basically break it, and I got frustrated and eh, it it wouldn't have made for good video. I can't say that this is going to make for good video. My guess is probably not. But I'm going to do it anyways. And what's interesting about this battle, I have no idea if it's interesting. I haven't played on the Winchester map as far as I know. I don't know much about the Civil War. Not my thing. Most things aren't my thing. Uh, but what little I think I know about the Civil War is that the actual place in Winchester in Virginia, I believe, was the site of most battles. It was, I think, a few score, or it changed hands a few score time in the course of the war, which that's a lot. That's the extent of my knowledge, but it's a, let's see. I guess this is where they are. They're way down here in the kind of southwest. That looks like a Union entry point, and I didn't think I saw any others. So, anyways, I am going to take you off video as I pump out those skirmishers. I'm thinking if they're down here, I mean, I am outnumbered with respect to troops, but I'm pretty sure I have the artillery advantage. Yeah, about 4-1, which is okay. But I don't know when those troops are going to show up, and I kind of thought. So on the map, the army we're fighting against, I think it's the Department of Pennsylvania, or at least one of them. And Hampton's division and another friendly army was on one side, and Florida militia, I believe, was on the other, coming behind them, and they kind of sandwiched them. And so I'm not, and they are supposed to join this battle. They had the little crossed swords and everything on the map, so presumably they'll join this battle, though I don't know when. So I am going to play for time, but it looks like we have a relatively flat area. Since I assume that this is the Winchester map, I might think it might be a bit hillier, maybe in the southwest. Maybe a little bit, but it seems like a pretty flat map, pretty open map. Not a bad map for artillery, but kind of hard if you're outnumbered. So I'll go ahead and pause you, and if there's something interesting that pops up, I'll bring you back in. If not, this video will never make the light of day or YouTube or whatever. So as it happened, they did not kind of stand still. And they moved up to take the, I assume they were going for the victory points in and around Winchester, which, not a bad idea. I'm reported to be far ahead, but I think that's predicting future reinforcements, because right now it is pretty bad. We are numbered 3-1, and I don't think a 4-1 artillery advantage is really going to change that all that much. I'm a little fortunate in the time of day. We'll see if I'm fortunate enough. My initial idea, as you can see, was to plant my army here. Back when I thought they were here, and I didn't know really where I was going to engage them, I thought, maybe we'll have these two streams kind of funnel them through, or at least force them to break up their force and move across the water if they wanted to, and then we can kind of just hold this as a choke point. But we found them on the road, and then when I found them on the road, I guess they somehow knew that we were over here. And so, yeah, the smart move for them would be to move to engage. I don't know where reinforcements are going to show up from first. I don't know if they're going to come from, well, kind of due southeast of this force now, or if it's going to be the force back here. So I guess this is as good as a position as any. If it is going to be the force down here, I kind of got to hang out where I am, although I guess the relief force could travel up over here and then up. But if we stay by roads and we travel by roads, that's a lot better than having to have to do it other ways, having to have to move even through fields. And if you haven't played recently or you just don't use skirmishers that much, uh, yeah, skirmishers are really slowed down now by moving through the woods. Uh, they also seem to get fatigued much faster. I don't know. So there was a patch just yesterday. I mean, there are patches all the time because you know devs are on top of it, and there are a lot of stuff. And I think to some degree for them, it's probably also kind of like whack-a-mole. Um, but they're on it, so that's good. But I don't know what else had changed. There was a long list of things, and I'm not always clear exactly on what those changes are, how they're going to translate into the game. But I guess that's what we'll find out. But these seem like some of the changes. I think at this point it's an old change has been reduced ammo to skirmish units. They get about a third of what they used to have. They seem to now fatigue more easily, move more slowly through woods. Uh, so, anyways, that's how they work now. So, yeah, we'll see if that ends up affecting us at all. But we're kind of just moving into positions here. I don't know if they're going to attack. They certainly indicate that they're going to attack, and I have not, for the life of me, still figured out how to build trenches. So before I contradict myself, I did know for a while, and it was working. I think this is back, probably still in my most playable version of the campaign, which I think was early to mid-October. And a lot of other people that are on the Steam discussions, and I don't know if you've joined it. I'll try to post a link to it in the video if this video ever goes out. There is now a new kind of unofficial Discord, and yeah, the people in it are great. And so that'd be nice to grow that out if it does work. Um, but anyways, everybody else seems to be able to figure out this entrenching thing except for me. So I mean, I've clicked on it. I think that this is supposed to show up because right now I'm not getting options to do anything. You can click on these that are kind of copper or whatever color they are, but it's all grayed out here, and I have no option to entrench. Neither do the skirmishers. Uh, so I'm not. Whatever. It's fine. It's forcing me to, I guess, be a little more mobile. Uh, ironically, as I kind of camp back here, but I'm only camping prior to the attack. Uh, I should have a greater artillery advantage once my reinforcements showed up because AI still doesn't recruit enough artillery, and as you're playing a CSA, you're going to have a manpower problem. And so the way I've tried to solve that is by going more heavy on the artillery. Still using skirmishers, but they're really not as great as they used to be. The AI does use them, but yeah, that's kind of the only way we're going to go forward here is to either force them to attack this position, which hopefully they won't do. I mean, we do have a kind of, I think it's a straight fence. Nope, it's a snake fence. We have some woods, and see if they'll attack into that. If not, we'll wait for reinforcements, and then I think we can get that position. If they're going to fight us out in the open like that, I think with the artillery we can still get on them and force them to come to us. So yeah, I'll pause until something new develops. So, wouldn't you know it, I don't actually know if the game was wrong or maybe there's more going on that I don't know. But my first group of reinforcements, this was a big one. This was Chase's Florida Militia. They came in on this left shortly after I took y'all off. And then Coke or Cock or whatever his name is came in right where my army originated. So I received the two reinforcing armies I expected. Nothing spawned down here, or no reinforcements came in from the southeast, which I thought I was supposed to. So my plan, if it is a plan, is to now have Magruder and Koch kind of meet up here, just east of the town. There is this kind of ridge, and I believe that while there are some fences, there's something on the map that says wall, but I'm guessing that that's the residence. It's not an actual wall. I looked for one. And we're going to have, what was this? Yeah. Chase set up here. We have a big artillery advantage now. The Union actually, the AI is in some ways, I think, doing the right thing. Uh, their problem, just to show you how little artillery they recruit. I mean, they're outnumbered. Jeez, I'm bad at math, but what is that? 14-1. I mean, it's they're gonna have to attack. I don't think there's really any question about that. Uh, and it's 4:30 in the afternoon. Now, I fought a battle about 2 weeks ago, and the actual fighting went to about 9 p.m. And so there is a window here for things to open up. Uh, but the armies really haven't. Their artillery's lobbed a couple of shots at my skirmishers. I don't think there was. I don't know if we took any casualties at all. Didn't seem like it. But uh, that's where things stand now. I think unless things get kind of interesting, probably won't keep you on because then we're just looking at a. You're just watching me on a map, and that can be disorienting and boring. So I think if things heat up, or when they do, they definitely will, unless the AI just quits once my army gets in place. Uh, I'll wait until that happens, then I'll bring it back in. It looks like they're lining up to face. So they got this kind of ridge behind them. Somebody's feuding. But it looks like they're trying to face the reinforcements over here. Which is not a bad idea. But I'm not sure if they're going to attack or not. I think the way forward for them would have been maybe early on. I don't know how either of us would have known they were coming in over here. Oh, I guess that was one of the points. No, it wasn't. That's right. I don't remember. It was 10 minutes ago. It's a long time ago. Uh, but to come over here, concentrate their force against maybe that set of reinforcements and wipe them out, or press my force even harder. But given how quickly the reinforcements showed up, it was a couple of hours. I don't know that. I don't think they could have actually done it. At the beginning of this battle, it again did say that the Union was going to end up with something like 50,000 and we had 70,000. That seems unlikely. I mean, this battle really is taking place over by Winchester, and my other big force is south, slightly west of Alexandria. So I don't see how that could be happening. And for the Union, I didn't see any other force around, so I'm not sure what that's about. But not my problem. All right, I'll bring you back when there's something to show. So no sooner had I taken you off than the AI, for its part, decided to make a pretty big push for the center of Winchester, kind of just as my forces are getting it surrounded, and nightfall. Well, it's still 3.5 hours away. That's a lot of time. And so why don't we bring it down to normal speed, just in case. We never know what's going to happen. I wonder if these are 10-pound or 3-inch. They are, so they got that range. I think we're going to move these guys up. So since I'm not smart enough to figure out how to entrench, and I know there's a way. I don't have many points, but there is a way to do it. When things are kind of overnight or in deployment, but I'm not there. It's actually a pretty good ridge to get artillery on. Just got to get some more infantry on the fence to defend it. All right, I got to get their skirmishers out and start moving their line forward. And where are you going? Oh, you're going over there. All right. And then we'll see what happens from there. So in the late afternoon here, our artillery on the ridge east of Winchester is kind of pounding into the side of the Federals here as they move up. I don't know if they're going to try to take Apple Pie Ridge or not, which is actually the name that they give here. I've ordered Chase basically to take that ridge. It is about 6 p.m. If you can end up sitting on that ridge come nightfall, I would consider that an improvement on what has already happened. And so far, I don't have really too much to complain about. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff I'm doing right now is plain dumb, but consider the source. But yeah, reinforcements are here. Reinforcing artillery is not quite here yet, so things will get better when they do show, but we're holding in the east and we're trying to get into position for something in the morning in the west. I don't know if there were much yeah, there really haven't been too many casualties, even though the fighting's been going on quite a while, and I now see the problem of using roads here. If they're just going to sit in that gap, if that's what they're going to do, I don't know how quickly this is going to work. Probably not too quickly. So we'll do the other way of stopping an army quickly. And we'll just have them form up to shoot. And they can hit quite a bit. Since the Union, they're getting some cover from that ridge, but not too much. Alright, move them there, move them there. Even though it kind of stinks to have them in that little valley there, the artillery can't walk through their infantry and survive, so that wasn't going to work. What is this here? I don't think that defilade is significant enough to save them. But we can at least put skirmishers in the flank of that artillery, and I think now we're... I guess some people are still in range. I think ideally that other artillery should be set up. This is, what, Cox artillery? Probably should be set up over here. No, we don't want to do that. Let's see. get into position before nightfall. We may not. The artillery, keep it somewhat spread out, gives us opportunities to get crossfire going. And it's better if your units can help one another out than if they can't. That artillery, though, seems to be about at its limit of what it can hit. And those are Napoleons, so you don't really want them that far away. May rotate those around. Yeah, Napoleons at long range is really what we want. Muskets ain't gonna do much. Those guys ain't doing much either. Well, the field gun's got to get closer too. It's really not going to be very effective. At that distance, it'll do something, but it ain't gonna do much. Be. And we'll stop to check on how things are doing. Not that great. Artillery has not really conferred the advantage I was hoping it would. Look like they'll push us off of at least some of these ridges. Probably, what was it, Apple Pie Ridge or something like that. But my thinking is kind of, oh well at this point. Actually have back. That's pretty good. And it's 7 p.m., so there might be another hour, maybe hour and a half, probably 2 hours max. We'll see how things go. Finally getting the arty over here in position. That'll be a big help. Charged. I mean, they're skirmishers. They should be falling back, and they shouldn't be caught. I wouldn't think. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of a mess I've created for him. Alright, we gotta get these guys up. Probably gonna have to now move some guys here. Take the pressure off. It's gonna keep me from using the fence I wanted to use, but that's life. Well, I guess very recently, things have kind of swam back into our favor here. The trap now is that they have infantry quite close to our guns. But it looks like we're going to lose on this ridge. That is what it is. But it looks like they're getting probably cleaned up pretty well by the artillery over here. I'm not sure why detachments don't just run when pressed like that. But, not my problem. Well, kind of is, but anything interesting? Not really. They're low on ammo. They probably will be tomorrow, too. They're not firing. It's odd. Must be because these guys are standing in front of them. That are on the verge of going, but haven't quite gone. Took some losses there, but I think the payoff was that they pushed them back, broke the charge. Another unit breaks. Will I rally them? Probably. Still not sure who I'm supposed to press the rally on. If it's the HQ commander, I guess that would make sense. If the unit is broken, I don't know. could go on a while longer. I've had too many bugs when trying to resupply. Splinge. Okay, good, I guess. Everybody got resupplied, and guess we'll go at it again today. Will they actually fire, though? Even though... Oh, they're trying to retreat. Yeah. Understandably. Oh, and I guess they're going to get to kind of instant retreat there. With only a 4-second, or whatever. The timer's at 4. I don't know. It's not 4 seconds, but... so there's not too much to do. I mean, a win is better than a loss. Holy moly, that was loud. Yeah, 7-1 casualties. It's pretty good. We didn't get a chance to really dig into them, but I think we might have to race these troops east. I don't know exactly how many troops are coming in, because even though I can kind of read how many they're supposed to have, the number that they actually have seems to be reported much lower. Like, it'll say they're supposed to have 40,000, but they actually only have 1. But then when you get in there, it's like, no, they really have, like, all of them. So that's a little confusing. But I can give you an overview just to show you how things are shaping out. Economically, we haven't done that great. Oh, we captured a bunch of rifles, though, in that last battle. Always a good thing. But anyways, this is the national comparison. I mean, something happened in the numbers. I have not inflicted 26 million casualties against the Union. It's a bit high. My 82,000 is extraordinarily high. And it's not because of stuff I've done. It's almost all attributed to siege battles. Where, I mean, we would, 200 Union would inflict just a ton of casualties. I don't know, 3, 4, 5,000, something like that. And something else happened when I took Washington, D.C. All the forts had already been taken. Oh, we have a battle going on. See, that's bad. That is not what I thought was going to happen. But this is the East. I thought we had more time. Famous last words. But what are you doing? No, you're not pursuing anybody. You don't know what you're talking about. But this is, you can see that half of those 10,000 were just kind of random casualties that the second we took Washington, it was like, boom, we took all these casualties. So it was like, all right. So it looks like we have 25,000 men and maybe 160 guns. I don't know what they're squared up against. Oh, whoa. If those numbers are correct, that is terrible for me. It's like 120,000 men against, I guess, 40,000 men and 160 guns. It really seems unlikely to go my way. But yeah, anyways, this was the overview. The weapons industry is a bit strange. I've been ahead steadily, but it hasn't really changed in several months. Even though, let's see if we hit. Did we get the industrialization? No, it's been 0.1 days away for a little while now. But we did just get King Cotton 3. There it is. So yeah, we're doing King Cotton and naval bombardment. Yeah, it says it must be these pursuit things, which is this new kind of thing that they've done. I'm not really... I don't know. Who knows? These guys over here, I'm not sure if I can fight this battle because I don't know if I can fight this battle. Yeah, it says they're in battle, but there's no option, as you can see, to actually do anything about it. I don't know if it's because it's midnight and there's no fighting. And yeah, in terms of our men fielded, that's also... I'm pretty sure that's wrong. I wonder if what the game is doing is taking the casualties you've suffered and then the replacements that trickle in. And I wonder if they're counting that as fielded in my column. Because I haven't recruited any new troops in a couple months, and I had like 80,000. And now 20,000 have kind of just showed up. And I think that that might be the number of replaced casualties. That's what I'm guessing. So, anyways, I think that'll do it for this video. I'm not sure if there will be another one. I kind of hope there is, but it's going to depend on how things play out. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to have you back for more.